Hello, and welcome to Critical Tower Defense 2. A few of you guys have suggested this game to me, and so I figure we should go check it out. Now, right off the bat, this game has a story-based tutorial 25 minutes long in total. It teaches information at a slow pace, and you may want to read the guidebook instead. What in the absolute hell? Skip tutorial and get all rewards immediately, or just dive right in? What? What do you mean? Where is the tutorial? The options were skip and close. I thought closing it would, start the tutorial. What do I do? I'm gonna go over to guide and trying to what? Why is there two buttons and one button doesn't even do anything? I thought that was a toggle. It's not even a toggle. Teleport to lobby. We're in the lobby. Why do you need a teleport to lobby button? Keybinds! That's awesome. Would you like to do the tutorial? Yes, I would like to do the tutorial. You have two methods of skipping the tutorial, but where in the hell do you begin the tutorial? Okay, we got the prologue and tutorial. That's these two. And then we have the actual chapter 1. Going backwards real quick, we have skirmish, wandering tales, and old content. Select mode, and then the mode is question marks. I thought this was like future content, but no, it's the first mode. Why do you need a timer for a one-to-one public setting of the tutorial? My brother in Christ. And before that, it asks how many players you want to host this lobby for. Question marks. What do we do with question marks? Guys, these are not bugs and issues. These are just really weird design choices. So you weren't able to escape. On the topic of design choices, my brother in Christ, scale up the text. You got all of this room. Farewell, Soul Warden. I don't know who the Soul Warden is, but goodbye, Soul Warden. Okay, it looks like we are here. This is pretty cool. This is the entirety of the map, and it's quite small, but I do see that. There's a friend over here and another one over there. Battle scenario is different than usual. Place bandit in the designated area. So we have a quantity amount and the cost, and then we can view the kit. The kit has its rarity. That's kind of frightening. Information about it, stats, other, and then we have this stuff over here. At this point, the tutorial's just an auto battler rather than a story or an actual tutorial. I just get to watch these guys fight one dude on the road. Martyr is a tough foe. Upgrade bandit to increase its power. Cinematic view. The Guardian. Strikers. Are you all still breathing down there? We are. You better be. We can't be losing to the small fry dummies now. Not after we defeated that sorcerer. I thought the High Guardian or True Guardian or some Guardian got killed by the sorcerer. No? Continue upgrading your bandit. Okay. So, when do I actually learn something? What's happening? The ground. Ground is crumbling. That's actually pretty cool. You can now freely place towers. I've only got one option. Wait, is that the sorcerer? Why does the sorcerer look like that? I have to admit, all of the little units look like they're actually in design for like critical games, but the sorcerer looks like he's from a different universe, completely outside of the theming of this universe. What in the hell is this? The tutorial still sucks. All I've learned is that I can move a unit and that's it. I've learned nothing of actual importance. The cinematics are nice. I do have to admit that. All controls are now available. Defeat all enemies. Don't let any of them reach the exit. Awesome. So what did I learn exactly other than I can move units? What was the purpose of the tutorial that's supposed to be 25 minutes long if all it's gonna tell me is, hey, move your unit? I am still looking forward to learning. However, the amount of time to learning amount is off balance by what it looks like in this early phase. I have learned that I have a double jump, but the tutorial didn't tell me that. I just learned, but why do we have a double jump? I also learned we can run. Towers on the path are able to aggro a specific number of enemies. Okay, finally, we get to learn something. This is good. Displayed number above their head. If that number is maxed out, then they progress. So we should put another guy over here. We should put a guy behind that guy. Just in case that guy, like that guy, he went through that guy. So we have another guy behind that guy. My brother in Christ, please just have the normal keybinds associated with this view. You can only move the tower if you are viewing it like so, but if you're away like this, you cannot press the associated keybind unless you are once again viewing the tower. Alright, we got our first boss. Alright, we got our second boss, and they're both knights, and one of them has more health than the other. Cutscene, I'm in battle. Bandit, priest. There were more bandits down there, I promise you. Those knights look strong. I have to help them. How am I gonna get down there? You got this, marksman. I believe in you. The enemy will move after that many seconds. Okay, that's interesting. Prologue, you will be able to place anywhere you want later. Oh, I can't place here either. I just gotta witness this? Is that really why? Alright. You're able to pause towers by pressing the pause button on their upgrade menu. What does that do though? Also, towers have a pause skill which are tied to pausing and have a cooldown. Use Scout's pause skill to perform a counter. A counter? I have paused it, and then he counters. He kind of died though. I have to jump for it. In those 13 minutes, I learned how to pause. I don't understand pause, but I know there's a keybind to pause. I learned how to move, and I learned that the silly numbers actually have significance. Alright, we're going to the second part, because we might as well get this over with. This one's called Tutorial, and we just begin. I have to jump for it. You guys are here too, thank goodness. What? Didn't Scout witness both of them earlier? Bandit, priest. What do you mean? What do you mean you guys are here too? I think my bandit might have died, so there death is to be expected. Casualty refunds will help return the cost over the next few waves. Also, don't forget your pause skill of perfect parries reduce damage by 75%. Why is it called pause instead of counter? But it parries? Dude, that's cheating. He's entering from a different way. Also, what the hell is that? Q is cancel, but if you're hovering over the unit, it just reapplies move. They were spot on 25 minutes for the entire tutorial. Guys, on God, the tutorial is the worst thing I've ever experienced. Skip it entirely. However, we do have 2 quests over here, so maybe it was worth it. Hold on, it might have been worth it. It might have been. No, just skip it. Coins picked up today. 1 of 200. As we click coins, you can get them? Why is this a thing? You know how anime tower defense games have those AFK versions? This feels like a cheap and lazy way to do that. Why does this exist? Dude, that's depressing. Instead of picking up coins, I'm actually gonna play the game. Alright, time to get right down to business. Over here, we have an index and tower shop. You can buy certain towers directly. That doesn't look good. We have 3 different types of currency, and by the looks of it, some of these are through this currency. Others are through this one. And the sorting is really weird. What the hell is the purpose of coins if you need tokens for these guys? Index and tower shop. What do you mean by index? This is a tower shop. It's just that some of these cannot be purchased by the looks of it. Here's the Robux shop, and this is where the game gets depressing. Usually Robux are fine. However, I need to show you this. The main store here is totally fine. You've got currency, you've got Game Pass, and then you've also got donation. The tribute area is every 5 Robux you spend in-game, spend them here for bonus gifts. It's an incentive for spending, which is nice, but if you spend to get even more incentives, such as this, then it kind of gets depressing and it's more of a hook and line to try and get you to spend more. Over here we have the disco merchant, and it's basically an exchange, and now we have even more currency in the form of puzzle pieces in different various rarities. Taking a look at the UI, we've got towers over here, and these are the 2 that we have. Towers themselves have a rank up system, a mastery, and apparently the mind, which is increase into different stats. This is where that other currency comes into play. When it comes to ranking up, it's going to cost you coins, and tower mastery is more an achievement type of system where the more you use a tower, the more EXP it gains, the more rewards you get by the looks of it. One thing that I really like about this game is the information is super easily accessible. Not only can we see the basic information, but we also have the stats and anything extra alongside different level stats and any changes to the skill set. The skill set is also pretty awesome because information is readily accessible at a click and then hovering over any of the important keywords. Next up is items. We don't have anything. Quests, and these are all of them. You've got daily and weekly. Progression is going to be added soon. Recruitment is a summoning system, and if we go over here, we can see how it works with basic tokens. Ducky is never going to happen, but you get a legendary in 70 summons. This is really depressing to see. Apparently, if you don't want to pay with only tokens or only coins, you can just buy them here as well. We have an index right here, and it's the exact same thing as what we saw. It uses a copy system, doesn't it? But how and why does that copy system exist? The game does have trading, but you need to be player level 15. I'm gonna be honest with you, the game does not look like it's gonna be something I will ever touch with a 2-foot pole after this video. You might be thinking, that's a little harsh. Well, yeah, it's centered around gambling. Sure, you can purchase a few of these guys willingly with the recruitment page over here, or you can grind your heart out to get a bunch of tokens to actually buy what you want up front. It's looking like an anime game, but on a lesser level, which is nice, but still not appealing. If I wanted to gamble, I would go to a casino and actually have hopes of losing. Alright, let's get into a game, and it is going to be progression based. We got 3 difficulties by the looks of it. Our rewards are abysmal, considering coins don't really add up to much and we only get 10 when it comes to tokens. This is pretty cool. You get an index of all of the enemies after you discover them, and you get a brief information of your starting cash and income. What are we defending? I know tower defense games aren't really supposed to have much lore, but this is a lore dependent game. What the hell am I defending over here? What I'm getting at is there's an entryway over there. What's the deal? Dude, the UI is horrible. I keep on clicking every single time to upgrade, but you have to hover over to upgrade. It's consistency. Never use the UI. Even if you need the information, do not use the UI. The UI sucks. You have obtained the warrior. Okay, this is cool. I take back what I said. The gambling mechanics still suck, but we got a warrior, I guess. I'm still probably not going to play the game, but it's at least a little bit better than anime games. As far as I'm aware, I don't play many because of how predatory those types of games are. Also, what is happening with this UI? I'm going to be real with you. I've just been doing absolutely nothing for the past while other than your basic upgrades, your basic placement of new tower. Well, not really new, it's just another one of these guys. But all of the waves are just health bars. Like, out of all the games that have only health bars, this one's definitely up there. I know we're on the lowest difficulty and all currently, but I kind of thought we would see something unique. The towers are cool, but is that really it? If it truly is just it, I have more of a reason not to play because it's not really incentivizing me with anything exciting. The designs, for one, are basic as hell, which they should be for the theming and the setting of what this universe is, but by god, this is the worst way to kind of captivate someone into a quote-unquote story progression type of tower defense. My brother in Christ, all they did was remove the blocky head, change the color palette, and give spikes on the back of him. Other than that, the units are health bars everywhere around the world. Genuinely, the only difference here is more health, more damage. I don't know what's up with that. That wasn't told in the tutorial. We did it! That was horrible. I'm sorry, I'm being brutally honest, but that was actually one of the worst starts to a tower defense game. It's not all that bad, right? That was just the starting stage. It gets better from here on out. God, I hope so, because I'm actually falling asleep to this game. Solo bonus, 4 copies of everything. I'll put you here, and I will put you here. Never mind, we're in poverty. The thief makes it I forgot to bring warrior. We're crossing the river Styx. Will that one stall? I don't know if that one will stall. That one doesn't stall? I will put you here, maybe. I will put you right there. I believe in you, little priest. will do great wonders. I'm gonna be honest with you, I've kind of lost interest and all care in the world for this game. Because this is genuinely the gameplay for like the past almost hour if we add in the tutorial. I know the previous match was very, very fast. It was like 8 minutes or 10 minutes or something. But this is really boring. I return, a valiant hero of the river Styx. I am here to get... Where is he? There he is. I would like to equip you here. Epic. Since we're level 2, we now have the old statue, and going into the circle, we can see that after we reach player level 8, we get backup order. Volume 2 towers down here, player level 2 of 20, so we need to reach a level 20. We also need to get 1 million Master EXP, and rank 4 for 3+ towers. Be able to summon and recruit more complex towers. That's pretty cool, but I don't know why in the world we need to be level 2 to access the statue just for the statue to tell us, sorry kid, you gotta be level 8 and level 20 to actually benefit from this statue. Very good design. Alright you guys, if one thing in life has been consistent is that when you're down, you should spend all of your money and get even more depressed. So we gotta hit the casino. Sweet, we got a duplicate. 3 dust. What do I do with a duplicate? Genuinely, what in the hell do I do with a duplicate? There's no buttons or anything that I can see that actually informs me what the hell I do with this. Yeah, so what do I do with Archer? The game has awesome features like the rank up, all of the stats, and all of the passives, but other than that, it's so dull. On the topic of ranking up, I ranked up twice, and now I believe we get this. We're giving it one more try before I lose all of my sanity here. Despite having an upgraded unit and new units in general, somehow we're doing even worse. I think I can care less at this point in our journey, to be quite honest with you. When this is the entirety of the gameplay, yeah, it's not really all that much gameplay. I know I have money, but I already mentioned it. Dude, it's boring. Alright you guys, we're ending it off here. This one genuinely kinda sucked. I was looking forward to it because I have played the other version, Critical Tower Defense, the original, and this one did not really work for me. When it comes to the balance of the game, it's hard to gauge when the matches are barely 10 minutes long, which is a good thing because they're quick, they're short, they're simple. The balance, I'm just gonna give it a 6 out of 10. It's a little bit challenging, it's weird, it's gimmicky, and the solo player experience doesn't feel all that great. When it comes to the pacing of the actual waves, it's slow as hell, the enemies walk slow, the gameplay is slow, it's really nothing fun. When it comes to the grind, after seeing the rewards we get out of Chapter 1 and through the tutorial, it doesn't look anything worth it, especially with how many currencies are inside of this game. Counting the main currencies themselves, you got 3 big ones, and then you got 5 of the puzzle pieces, alongside the 3 different shops you have in the game to buy the same exact units. The uniqueness of the gameplay, sure, the units are pretty unique. They have their own little passives, active abilities, they have the guard. The uniqueness is there, but the gameplay really draws it away. New player experience was absolute garbage. 13 minutes to tell me 2 things that I could see right off the bat. Move your unit with the letter E on your keyboard. But in the UI, you also can't do that. You have to hover and make sure you babysit your units. Babysitting units isn't all that bad, but if I click on a unit, I have priority of that unit. I'm gonna hope that my keybinds work with that unit. Did the second tutorial even teach me anything? I learned 3 things out of 25 minutes. 2 of those things were straight away visible if you hover over any of the units. The lesson learned, you do not need a 25-minute story and tutorial. The story itself isn't all that much, you won't be missing it, I promise you. Alright you guys, here's the total score. I really did not like this game. It's not for me, maybe you'll enjoy it, but by God, it is slow and boring. If you do want to check out the game, the link is going to be down below in the description. Give it a try. It is still new and early, so I hope a lot of changes happen in its future for the better, but as for a new player experience, this really sucked. Also, I don't want to hear it. If you gotta say, it gets better if you progress. My brother in Christ, the gameplay's so boring, I do not want to progress. My review of the new player experience through my own experience is that it's boring. I'll believe you. I will 100% believe you if it does get better. But you're supposed to reel in new players and get them interested in the late game. You're not supposed to shy them away with very slow-paced gameplay. If you got a game that I should check out, leave a comment down below, let me know, and I will do that. Otherwise, if you're looking for other games to play, check out my channel. I upload a ton of content, so hopefully you'll find something new and fun to play. And that's gonna be all from me. I will see ya.